talk to me like that. Hope you're doing well and welcome to another video. Right now it's around 7 a.m. and I woke up like 10 minutes ago. And one of the first things I like to do in the morning when I'm working is to check my phone to see if I've gotten any work-related messages. And the reason for this is because then I can start to think about the problems immediately. Because I have been working now at the same company for around 5 years, so I've become quite familiar with the system. So I don't really need the code in front of me to come up with ideas and solutions. But before I turn on the computer, I like to go for a quick morning walk. I have now made it to the water side and I think that this is such a nice view and I'm very grateful for having it. I have the water in front of me and then I have the mountains on the other side, which I believe is part of Hong Kong. And then I can also get a little bit of that morning sunlight. And during this morning walk I don't check my phone, although I do bring it because the phone is very important here in China. And I like to just take it easy and enjoy this view a little bit. Back home now and I'm now ready to start to work. There is this elementary school right outside and they are also getting ready to start the day. So let me just very quickly share what I do for work. So I work as a system or back-end developer and the programming language I use is Java, and then I also use a bit of SQL to access databases. And my work is the same as 90% of all developers. I work on fixing bugs, then I also work on new developments, then I also do a bit of testing, and every week I have a couple of meetings. And here is my desk setup, very humble, just like myself. This Razer gaming mouse has actually been with me for more than 10 years. And I used to play League of Legends with this. And my guess is that I've played around 4,000 hours, so these things are very durable. And also this monitor I bought in the last video is working very well. Let me just take a very quick break here because today is a very special day here in China. So every 10 years China has a very big military parade in Beijing, and today is that day. And the reason why they have this is because it was 80 years ago World War II ended and China won the war against Japan. So let's have a look and see how it is.那么多，你看后面那些狗，无人狗，
对，无人狗。
铁三角，
我们那期过来就打
骑兵利器，
晕船。
受虐的新型查卡伊
好帅啊！这个飞
无人
机。
僚机，无人制空作战飞机，女友中心动刀，是具备全天候作战能力的
导弹，首次集中展示我军陆海。
这个是它的导弹头是吧？
哦。
然后它是拆开它
全时戒备。
国家安全和社会稳定，保卫人民主要抗日根据地。抗战烽火中，
新时代中国特色社会主义思想。
Okay, that was pretty impressive and very well organized. I don't think we have these kinds of things in the West. In the West, we instead have protests and rainbow parades. And as you can probably guess, I'm not really involved in these things. However, one thing I have noticed is that some of the people who are involved in these things, they believe that if you don't think like them, then you are against them. And that is just not true. In my case, I just have different things I care about. Either way, it's 10:30 now and it's around this time I have my breakfast. And for breakfast, I have my very reliable and tasty oatmeal. So let's assemble this little beauty. As always, it's so reliable and I look forward to eating it every single day. And it's very easy to make different variations of it and like add different flavors. Before oatmeal, I was just eating bread for breakfast and it was not very reliable. Okay, I have worked a couple of more hours now and quite productive today actually. Let me just share one thing I like about software engineering, and that is that it's very difficult to fake it. I think it's so obvious when you talk to someone who doesn't understand programming. And I think the easiest way to identify this is that they use a lot of words that a person who can code wouldn't use. And then they also repeat what you say in a way that sounds weird. I think it's better to admit that you're not good at it. And one thing I can say is that when I see this, I never call them out. Instead, I just help them whenever they need my help. And the reason for this is because you don't want to damage workplace relationships, because they can be kind of difficult and awkward to repair. Time for another break. Made it to the gym, and as you can see, this is not the biggest gym. However, all the equipment here is very high quality and it's more than enough for me. Also, the bathroom here does not smell bad, which is quite rare in China. So today I'm training a bit of back and arms. I usually do 6 to 8 exercises in total every time I go to the gym. And I don't have the most impressive physique. I'm mostly just here to stay active and to maintain my health. Made it back home and I'm usually at the gym for a bit over 1 hour. During the day I try to not go outside because the UV index here is so high, so it's not good for the skin. So the afternoon is absolutely packed with meetings, every single one of them super high priority. Okay, I'm ready. I'm going in. Hello, can you hear me? Can you hear me? I can't hear you. Can you hear me? I think you're muted. Can you hear me? Oh, I can hear you. Let me share my screen. Can you see my screen? How about now? Can you see my screen? Can you see my screen? How dare you talk to me like that? I'm gonna lose my mind. My mind will literally be lost. Well done on this one. I really enjoyed working with you. Likewise. You know what? I'm gonna take this one step further. I love you. Hello, can you hear me? Can you hear me? No, I'm not gonna debug your code. You know what? I'll send you a picture. You are correct. That is a picture of a middle finger. And I'll let you in on a little secret. That's my middle finger. Why don't you debug that? The weather is pretty good today. It's a nice 29 degrees. However, it is gonna rain a bit later this week. How's the weather in Sweden? Thanks for the info. We can all sleep safely tonight. You know what? I'll put it this way. This code you sent me, it reminds me of a seed oil. And I'll let you figure out if that's a compliment or not. The more important question is, what are you gonna be cooking for dinner today? Meatballs. I'm gonna have some ground meat with vegetables and rice. Thank you. Thank you. I wish you a nice meal too. I am more humble than you. It's not possible. Like, you couldn't be more humble than me. No, I am more humble than you. I don't care what you say. I am more humble than you. So, as you can guess, those meetings were not real. Just me trying to be a bit funny. Feel free to let me know in the comments below how I did. But the afternoon is usually the same as the morning. I just work on bugs and new development. I'm now gonna make a very easy dinner for 2 people. After dinner, just like many other Chinese people, we like to go for a little evening walk. So we're just gonna be walking along the water here. Also, the temperature has cooled down now a little bit, so it's much nicer now. Once again, I'm very happy that we choose to live here instead of central Shenzhen, because it's just so much more peaceful and calm here. Definitely one of the better choices I have made this year. I usually work for 1 or 2 more hours in the evening if I have anything that needs to get done. However, nothing today. So let me just end this with some work-related advice. And that is to not take negative events or feedback personally. Because the more you take things personally, the more unfair things will feel. And then it becomes very easy to compare what happened with what you think should have happened. If someone comes and tells me that my code is awful, I will just ask them why that is, and if they can't give me any actionable advice, then I will just ignore it. So feedback, or like any negative events, for example not getting a promotion, should just be seen as a way to improve and not as a personal attack. You have probably heard that time flies when you are having fun. What also seems to be true is that time flies when you are more or less doing the same thing every single day. This year I have pretty much only been in Sweden, so it feels like this year has gone by very fast. And that is one of the reasons why I really wanted to change my environment and come to China a little bit. I've only been here for 9 days, but it feels like I've already been here for such a long time already. Alright, that's gonna be the video. Thank you so much for watching, and I wish you a very nice day. Bye bye.